Approaching the halfway point of the season, Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. They're 4-2. They've won back-to-back games, though, by a combined 3 points in exciting fashion, while the Seahawks have won back-to-back home games by double digits to get to 4-2. A couple of teams squarely in the playoff conversation getting going in Seattle. For the Browns, their first trip out west to Seattle in 8 years. They come in sporting a 4-2 record, identical to the host Seattle Seahawks today. We're glad you're with us for Week 8. Adam Amin, Daryl Johnston, Pam Oliver as well. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns. It's a 4-2 record, but it has not been easy. Their defense has been great, but they've had to deal with a bunch of injuries, and P.J. Walker's led back-to-back comeback wins.
It has been a tough start for the Cleveland Browns. You go back to Week 1, Jack Conklin, their best offensive lineman, and then you go to Nick Chubb, the heart and soul of this offense. It's built around the run, and then Week 3, Deshaun Watson. So it's been a challenging start, but they've been finding ways to win. It has to do with Myles Garrett and that defense, but today, P.J. Walker and that offense are going to have to put up some points. How do they perform in one of the toughest environments in the NFL?
It's going to be very difficult, as always, coming out west to Seattle. On the other side of things, the Seahawks have been very good at home. They've won 2 straight home games, had that bye, struggled against Cincinnati, and then we saw them bounce back. They've settled in to their 4-2 record.
Yeah, it's funny. You get the schedule comes out and you look at it and you're like, wow, our bye is really early, and it's kind of a bummer, but it came at a perfect time for Seattle. They're getting healthier. Pete Carroll's very happy with the trajectory of not only the team, but especially the defense. The defense is playing very, very well right now. And when you talk about Devin Witherspoon and Jamal Adams, those are 2 guys in the secondary that are fantastic. But the big improvement for this defense is that run defense. They've been performing very well this season.
You know, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into what Moose is talking about. It's our numbers brought to you by Sleep Numbers. We've talked about the #1 Cleveland defense, but this is what Seattle has done lately.
I mean, look at the last 3 weeks. I mean, that is so impressive. All best in the NFL. Look at that sack total, 18. That's going to be key today as well. That noise in this stadium, how does it impact that offense of the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, 11 of those sacks came against the Giants on Monday Night Football, and they're happy to have Bobby Wagner back. He's been part of this excellent defensive resurgence. You know who's on the other side. Myles Garrett. Should be fun.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Babe, crank up the Soundgarden. It's the throwback day for the Seattle Seahawks for the first time since 1991. Those iconic throwback jerseys for Seattle today. They're sporting them. Geno Smith is ready, and he gets set to take the field. Those royal blue and apple green. So we know Geno Smith's at the quarterback spot for the Seahawks. A little deeper into the Cleveland situation with Pam Oliver.
Yeah, there, Adam, the Browns find themselves in some pretty familiar territory without their starting quarterback. Deshaun Watson's injured right shoulder is keeping him out. It's his 3rd missed game of the season. Injured reserve has not been ruled out for him. They will see how he progresses this week and go from there. Enter that old P.J. Walker, the journeyman quarterback who's taken the long road to get his chances in the NFL. He may not dazzle, but all he does lately has been winning. As for today's game, Walker told us the key for him is to not try to do too much, rely on his supporting cast on both sides of the ball. Adam.
So those back-to-back comeback drives against San Francisco to upset the 49ers, and then last week in a wild one against Indianapolis. Seattle won the toss and deferred, so Jason Myers will kick away with Pierre Strong back to return. Strong from the 5 will get a chance. An excellent coverage in special teams by the rookie Jarek Reed II. So from the 20 is where P.J. Walker will start it up. This will be career start number 9 for the 4th-year man out of Temple. Got elevated from the practice squad a few times. They finally signed him to a contract this week.
Yeah, it's been a very non-traditional journey for P.J. Walker to get to this point, and he's embraced every chance he's gotten. He values this opportunity for the Cleveland Browns. And when you look at it statistically, those numbers aren't great, but I tell you what, these guys rally around him. And you mentioned the back-to-back wins over the last 2 weeks, the way he's pulled those games out.
He'll start on the ground with Kareem Hunt and a short gain. He'll pick up 2 as Jordan Brooks and Darrell Taylor are there to make a stop. Taylor is an important piece with Uchenna Nwosu going to injured reserve with that strained pectoral muscle. Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks have a lot on their shoulders today, too.
Yeah, and then here comes that secondary. This is a very, very talented group. Devin Witherspoon, a rookie that plays a lot older than that when you watch him on film, and Jamal Adams is healthy for the first time in a long time. 21 and 33 are all over the field.
A roll to the left for Walker, looking for Amari Cooper, and a couple of yards shy.